It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the Dallas Mavericks. Well, for the Mavericks, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. And here we are late in the season. Shaq, for the teams at the very bottom of the standings.
What's going on, fellas?
Oh,
what's good?
Hey, DJ. I'm just doing some playoff projections. We are still tracking as favorites right now.
Still tracking his favorites for real?
For real.
Aaron, enough of this favorite stuff. Look, I'll give it to you. Numbers are great when it comes to percentages and what works. W's don't come from numbers. We still need to perform. So let's just cut out all this chitter-chatter until we actually get it done on the court. You feeling me? Yeah, I think you felt me.
Did Coach just say schmavery?
He did. It's not a word.
Words are hard. Words are hard. Keep doing what you're doing instead.
Nightfall in the Windy City with the Willis Tower and the rest of downtown Chicago lighting up the sky. We welcome you to Noche and Beyond here on 2K Sports. From the attire to the food, the players' jerseys, tonight a celebration of the Latin culture. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. We'll see the Dallas Mavericks and the Chicago Bulls. Dennis Smith is out with the injury. He won't be suiting up.
Yeah, and as bad as it turned out to be, it tells you a little bit about his toughness, that when they took him to the locker room after he got hurt, he wanted to come back out and get back on the court.
And before this game gets going, let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Fred Hoiberg. David.
Well, guys, he said, we know what we have to do to beat this team because we've already done it once this year. When I asked him about changing things up in the second meeting, he said, why would we? Until they prove they can handle us, we're not changing a thing. Sounds like he's pretty happy with the formula that won that first game. Guys?
Thanks, David. And Dirk Nowitzki last season passing 30,000 points for his career. As Clark enters his 40s, how much longer do you think he can keep it up?
Well, I don't know. He probably want to play until he's 50. And if he was able to, the Mavericks would certainly have a spot for him. But I think, 40, 41, that's a pretty high bar for NBA players. But if anybody could do it, Dirk might hang around that long.
All right, ready to go? Ready to go?
And it's the Mavericks to start out. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Matthews and Barnes, they're the wings. Nowitzki is out there with it, and it's Dellavedova in at the point. Barnes kicks to Matthews. Nowitzki with the screen on Wade. Matthews against Wade. 4 on the clock. Barnes can't get it to go. Chicago with the ball. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And always tough on the road, but that attack mindset that they brought offensively, I really felt like that set them apart.
And what stood out to me, Greg, was the aggressiveness. I mean, seemed like they just were eager to get it done, wanted it a tad more than the other team.
And so it's Dallas with it. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
No other way to put it. Defense was awful, completely uninspired at that end of the floor.
And, you know, Greg, defense is a mindset, and they did not have that mentality that game. And the turnovers were a problem as well.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
Count it.
And, you know, DJ's interior game is very impressive. The big thing for him is that excellent body control. When he takes his time, he's really dangerous in the post.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Withy passes to Matthews. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Much respect. You got to give Matthews for that mid-range J now. He's automatic. His in-between game, filthy.
Teams preparing here late in the season for the playoffs. Some teams want to rest their players, and Clark, some teams want to play their players. They are always battling the rest versus rust.
Yeah, and I think you tend to default to more rest versus the fear of rust. I think that's the best policy, but you have to balance it. But if you're going to tilt one way, I think rest, especially for your key players, because you know their minutes are going to increase during the crucible of the playoffs.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
Bulls shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. Free throw good, DJ. And news coming out that DJ will be gracing the cover of NBA 2K19. I assume that is some sort of video game or something. And that this is a big deal. But to be honest, Greg, I've never heard of it before.
To be honest, it seems like that company has gotten a little desperate for attention if they are putting an undrafted player like DJ on their cover. The whole thing smells like a marketing stunt to me, partner.
Both good from the line that time.
Love how hard DJ works. I mean, much respect for his skill set and his basketball IQ.
Dellavedova dishes to Withy. Wade against Matthews. And it's DJ with the rebound. Chicago leading by 4. Parsons attacking to the inside. And that one is good from DJ. DJ's got 8.
And this is how you want to start the ball game. 4 for 4 from the field. Seems like they're right on point and can't miss.
Dellavedova kicks to Withy. Back to Dellavedova. Nowitzki with the screen on Levine. And the layup's good off the glass. Dellavedova's got his first points in this one.
Tell you what, it was surprisingly deceptive, the speed of the Aussie there. Dellavedova relentlessly getting to the rim.
Now here's Wade. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one, and that one is good from DJ.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Certainly looks that way to me, partner. I mean, his energy level is ramped up. I think he's been terrific right from the opening tip.
Here's Wade following the score by Dallas. They set the pick. Now the pass to Markkanen. And Parsons kicks to Markkanen. Levine for 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
And very happy, Clark, to see Zach LaVine out on the floor after tearing his ACL last season. A big blow to the young athletic player from UCLA, especially with how he is rounding out as a player.
Yeah, it was a gut shot to see him go down when he did. But although it's always tough to come back from the ACL, LaVine is driven to continue to grow as a player. Good for him.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Lopez, he's checked in for Markkanen. Mirotic comes in for Parsons. And Wells is subbed in for Dwayne Wade. Wells kicks to Lopez. So the wing on the left. Now here's DJ. Not a lot of room. He gets that one.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here's Stauskas. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Here's Mirotic. Goes back up. And DJ with the nice bucket inside. DJ's got 14 points.
You know, this quarter has been all him, all about him. They're getting it to him in his spots, and he's taking over.
Here's Finney-Smith. Lopez covering. Outside Curry. And no good. Nice D from DJ. The Bulls leading by 9. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Bean passes to DJ. And DJ throws it down.
In this first period, they've been aggressive and extremely focused.
Yeah, this is a big lead right now, a big one, and they've seized momentum and showing no signs of letting it go.
Farrell kicks to Curry. Buries the long-range jumper. He's got 5.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
And so it's Chicago, holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we'll be right back after this. And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the remarkable journey of his long and illustrious career.
When I first got here, my first year was so tough that I didn't really know that I can make it in this league. To be named with all these names is an unbelievable honor, and it's been a crazy ride.
Dirk has proven himself through the test of time. As tough as it may have been back in his rookie year, he overcame those obstacles to become this elite NBA player destined for the Hall of Fame.
And people do talk about players being a Dirk Nowitzki type. You're right about that. And that's a type any team would like to have. One of the greatest power forwards in the NBA's history.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Boy, guys, their play in the low post has been excellent right off the bat.
Yeah, and they've also balanced that, though, guys, with the attack off the bounce as well to get them some points.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Bulls 5 right now. Wells is out there with Simmons. Then there's Nikola Mirotic. Then it's DJ. And it's Lopez in at the 4 slot. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, DJ in the last matchup against the Hornets was outstanding. He finished with 24 points, and as he always seems to do, piled up rebound after rebound. He racked up big numbers in what was a really good performance. Can he carry it over tonight? We'll see, Kevin.
Thanks, David. It was a performance that not many players are capable of.
I know I won't forget it for a while, and you have to think he'll keep it rolling here tonight. When you're that hot, it takes a while to cool down.
And you know what, Greg? I think defensively they're going to be ready for him. They won't make things easy. Coming off a game like he just had, he's going to get a bunch of attention.
Wells dishes to DJ. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. A pull-up. And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut to just 11 points in the basket from Farrell. And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Chicago with the ball. Last time they met was in Dallas, where they beat the Mavericks.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Well, I think the key was the determination and grit and toughness they played with. You got to be focused to do that, and they were.
Dallas calls timeout. You always say it, Clark, so much of the game is played inside your mind, between the ears, in your head. Which players jump out to you as being some of the smartest players on the floor?
Kevin, there are so many guys that fall into that category. LeBron James is at the top of the list for me because of how he impacts the game in so many ways at both ends of the floor, and his size and athleticism make him unique. Chris Paul, another guy who has great awareness on the court.
Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for the Bulls. Justin Holiday comes in for Wells.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
Here's Farrell. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Here's Nowitzki, and it's DJ with the rebound. DJ's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Holiday. Mirotic the screen. Unloads from 13, and it's DJ missing.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
The Bulls leading by 15. Here's Mirotic. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And when Mirotic first came over to the NBA, he made a big splash, showed that he can act as that stretch 4 and contribute. Unfortunately, he just hasn't evolved as a player since that rookie year.
And the Bulls making a change here. Markkanen's checked in, and Dallas also making a switch. Matthews is checked in. Now here's Matthews. He's got 5. Nowitzki with the screen on Mirotic. Off the screen. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
And Holiday kicks to Markkanen. DJ with it, with the on him. And that one is good from DJ. DJ's got 11 points in the quarter. And for Mirotic, a lot of his lack, Greg, of progression as a player has come from inconsistency.
And you can see it in his field goal percentage as well as when he plays. It needs to find more consistency in every facet of the game. But young enough, I think, to still make that happen.
And the shot is good from Nowitzki.
And, you know, Nowitzki possesses that 7-foot height and long arms, so he's able to get his shot off on just about anybody. He's an exceptional shooter.
Now here is Holiday. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. He feeds it to DJ. 5 to shoot. And DJ throws it down.
Yeah, DJ looks for a shot on offense. I love that about him. He definitely has a scorer's mentality.
Mavericks trail by 17. Harris passes to Barnes. Kicks to Matthews. Latrey drills the three-pointer. Matthews has got 8 points.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. I'm not sure, Greg, there's a player who better fits the description of a grinder than Wes Matthews.
Yeah, so tough, too. I mean, mentally and physically. He talks about inflicting his personality on the team, and he truly is what I'd call a culture builder.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Mirotic. Wade comes in for Denzel Valentine. And Levine subbed in for Justin Holiday. And DJ throws it down.
Man, what determination from DJ would not be denied. Love how he forces his way through.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill and physical.
Now here is Dellavedova. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's the screen. Here's Barnes. And it's DJ with the rebound. DJ's got 7 rebounds in the game.
And with him missing literally everything he's put up today, you can see why the score is what it is.
Here's DJ. Count that one. DJ's got 34 points.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Harris kicks to Matthews. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the half. And, oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. Nobody near Parsons. And a miss there on the triple.
And you can see why the D is willing to just back off and really take their chances with his jump shot.
And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Lopez, he's checked in for the Bulls. DJ has been on display for Chicago, going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, a huge scoring night for you so far. Where did all this offense come from?
Thanks, DA. You know, I suppose I found a rhythm. You know, I kept looking for a chance to get a good shot up, and those opportunities, they just kept presenting themselves. Hopefully I'll be able to, keep this on in the final half of the game, but either way, I'll keep playing aggressively.
That usually leads to good things. Congrats. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You look at DJ in this one, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low, asserting his will. The defense has been helpless, unable to slow him down.
On the floor for Dallas, Barnes at the 3 with Dirk at the 4. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Matthews, and it's Withy in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Nowitzki. Now here is Dellavedova. Pass to Barnes. They set the screen. Just 5 on the clock. And it's DJ with the rebound. DJ's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Now here's Matthews after Dwayne Wade's miss. Barnes with another miss.
Oof, this has been brutal. I mean, he still hasn't made a single shot. No wonder they're struggling.
DJ with it, Withy on him. And DJ throws it down.
And DJ has excellent hustle on the board. Skilled at scratching and clawing for those extra caroms. Man, I like his energy.
Now here is Dellavedova. Nowitzki a screen. Here's Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. They set the pick. Withy kicks to Matthews. Barnes outside. Shoots from 12. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Barnes has got his second bucket tonight.
Like his mid-range game, Barnes incredibly lethal from the mid-range. When he's got room to shoot, he doesn't hesitate.
Here's Parsons. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And Clark, just how important to a team is it to have a veteran presence on it? Like, how did the vets on the Pacers help you when you were a rookie or a young player in the league?
You know what? I think it's invaluable, Kevin. I was a 21-year-old rookie. I left after my junior year at Ohio State. And veteran players, Herb Williams, had been there a year or two. Guys like Billy Knight and George Johnson, Butch Carter were around. And having those guys talk about what it takes. And we were a very young team and had young veterans, but still they were invaluable in terms of giving you an example of how to go about your business to be successful as a pro.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Dallas.
And the corner three has not been their shot of choice here tonight. And I think a big reason for that has been the defensive setup. They came in focused on taking away the short-range triple.
Valentine's checked in for Parsons. Both shots good from the stripe. The Bulls leading by 20. There's a good screen. And Holiday kicks to Simmons. They get it back. Second chance effort, and off the glass. That one's good. DJ's got 38 points.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Now here's Barnes. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game.
Boy, they ran the offense well to get this look. Even though he missed it, I think they liked the shot.
Mirotic against Nowitzki, and Mirotic kicks to DJ. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Bulls have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
And they're successful.
Dallas has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. They've got DJ, D-Wade out there with Payne. Then there's Valentine. And it's Parsons in at the 4 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
And Nowitzki, one of the most savvy veterans around. I mean, knows how to use the screen to get open for a shot.
Payne kicks to Valentine. DJ sets the screen for Valentine. Wade dishes to Valentine. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got his 3rd assist on the night. About a minute and a half into the 4th quarter now. Nowitzki a screen, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. And the NBA has tinkered with the All-Star voting in recent years. Fans no longer get 100% of the say for the starters. Clark, how do you feel about that change?
I like it. I mean, again, the fans desire to be involved and should have an opportunity to be engaged in the voting because they're so important to the success and popularity of the league. So I like the fans having a piece of the voting. 100. Oh, goodness. Talk about bringing the heat, the thunder, and the lightning on that pound. And you see why Levine's been a hard, tough out in the slam dunk contest. Has a natural ability to entertain the audience, and that bounce and athleticism certainly doesn't hurt either.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Yeah, refusing to give up anything easy. Solid defense, and I like that attitude.
Knocks it loose. Barnes passes to Nowitzki. 3-pointer. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Love how confident Nowitzki is from beyond the arc. I mean, he's got such a high arcing shot to go with that 7-foot frame. Almost impossible to block it, and it goes in more times than not.
Moves back up. That one, no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way.
This has been a rough, turbulent outing for him so far. Fortunately, the rest of his team has bailed him out.
So guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Chicago?
I'll tell you what, they've hit the boards hard in this one, and it's led to an abundance of second-chance points. I mean, they've gotten a lot of second-chance points.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition.
Man, you got to appreciate the overall game of Barnes. He's efficient as a scorer and also works hard at the defensive end.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Now Outside Matthews. Nowitzki with the screen on Wade. Matthews, no good. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Levine kicks to Parsons. Mavericks with the rebound. Nowitzki's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Clark, when you played, you were the classic power forward. Forwards now are asked to do so much in terms of skill set on the floor. Just how much has that forward position changed in the last few decades?
You know, in some ways, Kevin, it's become a little more specialized. I mean, you have wing players now that fall into that small forward category. But guys between 6'6" and 6'10" now are playing on the wing, which means you've got to be able to move your feet and defend. Versatile players at that position. You've got to be able to handle the ball and make plays ideally, get shots, score the ball, and rebound effectively. So that's always been, I thought, the 2 and 3 positions, which are wings now. Those positions are the most demanding in the league in terms of both sides of the ball. The power forward position has become somewhat like that now because of the size and versatility and skill set of so many of those bigger players. But I think the demands are pretty much the same. The one thing that changed is the fact that you have to play out on the floor more and in space, which means you've got to be a little more athletic if you're going to be part of a small ball lineup.
And the Bulls making a change here. Simmons is checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Barnes, and Nick Stauskas is subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. And he sinks the second. Clark, as an analyst, do you feel you view the game drastically different from when you were in your playing days in college and the NBA?
Yeah, you know what, Kevin, I really do, because I've benefited from the different coaches we've had a chance to visit with over the years, and that's added to my perspective. And you tend to look at things differently when you're playing. I was always a student of the game, but clearly I think I've become a lot more analytical as an analyst, if that makes any sense.
Yes. Wade goes back up, and the layup is up and in. DJ's got 40 points.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Yeah, he's clicking right now, and at the right time, too, Greg. I mean, playing with a bunch of confidence in this fourth quarter.
The dish now to Stauskas. Here's McRoberts, and another basket for Dallas.
And when he squares up, his height makes him a tough assignment.
Yeah, and he knows how to utilize that size. He takes advantage of it. And that's why he's able to take his time on these shots, because he knows he has that extra height advantage.
Wade kicks to Wells. DJ with it. Nick Roberts there. And good that time. 42 points for DJ.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Bulls.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year, so tonight we'll make it 46.
And that's going to do it for the season series between these two teams. It's clear who had the better game plan and better execution, and that's why they'll finish up 2-0 against the Mavericks.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for DJ.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Finney-Smith kicks to Stauskas. Shot clock at 6. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And so he hits the technical free throw.
And Harris does a really good job using his quickness to his advantage, and he's got plenty of that quickness. A creative guard who plays with an edge, too.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home, no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. See you next time.
Fantastic game. Listen, Ernie and the guys want to talk to you at the studio.
Let's do it.
You know the drill.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Shaquille O'Neal to my right, Kenny the Jet Smith on my left, right here in the middle, I'm Ernie Johnson. And a chance now to head down to the locker room for our post-game interview.
Hey, this is Kenny. Not much to nitpick about your game, man. Plenty of points, plenty of rebounds. What was your mentality when you were down there battling on that block?
Kenny, my mentality is that there is no way anyone in the league can throw me off my game when I'm down near the basket. Now, if you were to create a Frankenstein of all the best skills, of all the best post players in the league, it would look a lot like me. You know, well, not as many, stitches or bolts coming out of my head, but you get the picture.
I get the picture. Yeah. I do. I like guys like you.
And that's going to do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For the Jet, for the Diesel, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew. The entire 2K Sports crew.
That's everyone.
Ernie Johnson. Have a wonderful evening.
Awesome.